know I can depend on my barber to give me the perfect haircut every time. I respect his skill and commitment to his job. He is proudly serving Jamaica with his talent. Respect is also due to my bus conductor. He ensures that I am not left behind and I get on board safely. He is serving Jamaica steadfastly and honestly. It's good to see the police protecting and reassuring with courtesy. She is proudly honoring her pledge to work dutifully in the service of her fellow citizens. My journey through life is unfolding every day. I rely on a lot of people to help me to progress along the way. My family, my friends, and my fellow Jamaicans. With their support, I have a future in which great things are possible. I pledge my heart forever to serve Jamaica, our shining homeland, with pride.
Up Yout is powered by National Baking Company in association with CranWata, a Stanley and Empress Production, giving the youth a voice.
And so we come to know these youths and show these youths. Talk up yourself, the youths to know them roots. Nurture them, protect and love and hear these youths. Music make them know I love we show these youths.
Mr. Save the youth, I kill the youth, I talk up youth, I build the youth, I trick and fool and pill the youth, I talk up youth, I build the youth, empower and then skill the youth, I talk up youth, I build the youth, talk up youth in Jamaica, we are
kill the youths there.
Talk up youth in Jamaica.
Hey everyone, my name is Rodain and I'm a future lawyer. Before we get any deeper, I'd just like to throw it there. Whatever your mind conceives, you can achieve. Now, enjoy, relax, because this is my story. So, I remember being in preparatory school, Mavisville Preparatory to be exact, and at that time I was like the head boy, and I mean things were going good, for the most parts at least. But there was a thing, whenever you're in a preparatory school, persons would be like, oh, you have money, and then like I'm a stand-up person now, and the persons are also going to be like, nice suit, you look clean, so that means more than likely you have money. But and that's how it go. There's usually a story and there's usually something behind the hard work and the pushing, right? And this is really what I want to bring to you and let you know that, hey, where there's a fight and where there's a will, there's really a way. I remember a day after I was born, and this is all coming from mommy, of course. Daddy came up from Mandeville. Like he just came up the day after and he was like, oh boy there. And he just like, he literally just stepped me from mommy. And ever since, it's been back and forth with mommy and daddy, leaving from Kingston and go visit daddy. I mean, at one point in time, I was even sure that I was going to be living in Manchester for a long while. But I mean, it was nice. The experience of having two homes, and the two homes are so intertwined. It's almost like there's one and everybody is a family. So when I was going to prep school, Dad paid for the school fee for the most of the parts, but for a good time, I mean, there wasn't any lunch. And Miss Angie is awesome. She was my go-to person in prep school, and she would ensure that I always have a bag OJ. She would ensure that I had my bun and cheese, and I mean, she was just there. So and all the time, Daddy did have the money to say, all right, Rodain, see lunch money here and so forth, but him just didn't want to make sure someone get an education. And that's really stemming from him not being able to get it, right? When he was growing up, his father would have kicked him down the stairs and say, yo, go raise hog and go cut the yard. Wait till you talk about school. So him they really want to make sure say, I got what he wasn't able to get. So I made it through preparatory school because of my will to fight. When I was about to do my GSAT examination, a lot of you would remember the Tivoli Gardens incursion. And I mean, gunshots were blazing. I was under my bed and I was so frightened. I was worried. And I mean, exams were coming up, and I was like, how am I going to focus how all of this is happening. I step out, I can probably dead, right? I'm thinking about all of this, and I mean, I have major things coming up, and what am I going to do? I push through. There's a will and a thought. So when I passed to Rodain, I really wasn't, like I was saying, no, because I'm gonna have no money, and they're gonna judge me based from a social perspective, and like, I'm not gonna really appreciate the person I be, because they're gonna realize, say, hey, I'm gonna fit in, and it just really not gonna work out. I went, because I had to. And when I was there, I realized the persons were a lot well. They were welcoming, and I felt at home, right? I did what I was supposed to do from 7th and 8th grade, and everything was going nice. That was until 9th grade. 9th grade was the worst year of my life. The worst year of my entire high school life. I mean, I wanted to follow a certain company. I wanted to not be seen as a wimp. I wanted to be seen as a macho man, as somebody who could stand up if you come and say I bad me up. Because I mean, persons are pick on me and I want to defend myself, right? So what I basically did, I found some friends and I'm rally with them. I start taking my pants, I start bleach on my face, I start saying I have one bag of woman, because I mean, that's what the thing's supposed to say at that time, right? Until I realized, say, my average at the time that was at like 80 high fell to like 30 low. Academic probation for the first time in my entire life. Mom sat me on the bed when she got my report that time, and she looked at me and she was like, Rodain, wait, what you really are doing with yourself? You see how hard your father work, you know say me I work hard, and you're gonna really come and waste some money, Rodain? And I sat there and I cried. And I said, no mom, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. And I picked up myself, start cut off the one bag of woman thing. The whole taking your pants thing, you might feel like say it look good and something, but then I realize say when you know a nice clean suit, how nice and clean you look, right? You think say, alright, so everybody gonna look and say your pants need for tight, and everybody gonna look and say your face need for look white and cool and something, when I realize say, hey, not natural the thing really I go, right? One story was, I went to Tivoli Gardens High School and I was speaking to a group of persons, and basically a young man, he was at the back of the class. He literally reminded me of myself. He tight pants, bleach out, like the typical stereotype. Oh, bad boy, not go nowhere, not no future. And I was like, yo, what's up? And I mean, at that time, he looked at me and he was like, Rodain, how you talk so good? I'm gonna say, it just take work and just look at training and I can help you and I can work with you. And then he was like, alright, so them think the way they talk about, like, you didn't really wear tight pants with you, I'm gonna take out my phone, I'm gonna show him the picture. And he's like, no son, I know you that ready. And I'm gonna say, yeah. You see the huge difference you can create as long as you start building and branding yourself. And him comes and him say, yeah. And then, I mean, I stood there. And this young man, he started to cry, right? And I was like, Michael, why are you crying? And then he was like, Rodain, I can't be my father. And my core, my heart, it just sank completely. So when I think back over to time and time again, that's what made me continue push. I took a drastic shift. I mean, I sat, I looked in myself, and I continued moving and pushing. Grade 10 came, my average went back up to 60, went back up to 70. Never reached where I wanted to reach yet because you know, mom they still look for me. And I know say grade 11 they'll become time for CSEC. But at that time, mommy fell ill. And I mean when I said ill, like she was there, but she wasn't. So, and I couldn't blame her because I mean I understood what was happening. And for that entire time, one of my strongest support would not have been there, even though she was there. I had to remain focused. I had to keep my focus and remembering that, hey, I'm doing this because I want to make mommy proud. I'm doing this because I want to make daddy proud. And I continue, I'm push.
We have to build the youths there.
Up Yout in Jamaica.
There is no other bun like this one. The flavor is so good. Who say bun can't sweet? Oops, mind you bite your finger.
National Spiced Buns, baked with national pride.
My wow moment.
My wow moment.
My wow moment.
CranWata with wow.
That's my wow. That's my wow. Yeah. What we do? Watch out.
My wow moment when I get the highest in my class. That's my wow. What's with wow?
When we get 16 and maths, I never expect so much. That's my wow.
CranWata with wow. When school over, I'ma get forgot me out. That's my wow.
Water with wow.
I'ma get my box food. That's my wow. CranWata with wow.
Water with wow.
We have to build the youths there.
Up Yout in Jamaica.
Hey guys, my name is Rodain. How are you today? Okay, and that's wonderful. Now, I'm from Jamaica Youth Motivators, which is basically an organization that goes into high schools and basically talks to basically youth and just basically empowers and motivates, talk about various issues affecting you and just basically reason and just try to understand and see what we can do like more and just, you know, basically just there, rap and reason so we can solve. So don't feel afraid to just rap with me, talk to me and just dialogue and so forth, right? Social media, right, is a big thing. We don't know how it's damaging representation. I mean, when not doing something, I put up things that are positive and constructive, and if not do I want to fund something, I do it when I look bad on yourself and the environment around you. We honestly need to stop say we're gonna do and don't do, right? We're tired for say the people them from long time were supposed to lead, I said them I do and them not do, right? So guys, thank you so much for coming out. Thanks for having me. It was good. Talk up you myself up.
Talk up you.
So I mean, I started Jamaica Youth Motivators and I've been pushing, I've been moving as in relations to that. Some things happened and mom became really ill again because she got better for a period. And she became really ill and sadly she became unemployed. So I walked the entire New Kingston road. And when I said I mean I walked the entire New Kingston road. I walked the entire New Kingston road. I was about to give up. I was about to say, all right, this don't make no sense. But a lady saw me and a lady was like, I've been seeing you walking for the entire time. What you look for, sir? Someone said, I explained my situation. I said, miss, I try to find something to do, someone can help out. She said, you try GPS? I was like, you know, I never tried GPS. I went in and the security guard was like, boy, everybody gone home. Then I was like, all right, you sure there's nobody there? Absolutely nobody? And she was like, all right, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try call somebody and see what happens. I said, all right, try for me. She called and the person answered. So I was like to the security guard, no, just tell her I see one handsome young man downstairs, all right? And she go ahead and she talked to the lady and the lady said, all right, come inside and talk to me for the phone. Spoke with her and at the end she was like, whoa, I want to help you. I'm going to help you. And just like that, I was employed at JPS, like temporary employed. And they basically gave me a little stipend per se. And it really went a long way. And takes me back to the whole fact, days on top of days I'm going to school at Rodain and I don't have any lunch. And I'm like, I don't want to go to school today because I just know something I'm going to go hungry. But I go. And because of how I branded myself after my major setback in grade 9, teachers respected me so much that one person, Miss Watson and Miss Johnson, looked out for me majorly throughout the entire time. So the real need for like looking on yourself, build on yourself, emulate somebody, look for somebody when you say, all right, that person there do that. Them a move good. I'm gonna move with them. I'm gonna move and I'm gonna continue move.
What I like what you do, you know, about you motivate young kids. I really appreciate that.
Because I mean, it bring back to a time point like when you sit down and you say, like you see the amount of foolishness what them do and them waste them time. People are up on the corner, rub out and make like say nah, have nothing for do with themselves, and I am just a bit like say some waste of society, and I say alright, them can do more with themselves, and I mean they should do a lot more, because all of our potential. Yeah, but them just need somebody for continue push them. And I say alright, you did it for me and so forth, and everybody have somebody who did it for them and can continue push them. So I mean having that level of experience and knowledge to understand how it stays and so forth, I come some say alright, I go out there and I continue push, continue try show them, say there's a different light to the entire things, and there's a different light to what them can accomplish and what them need to accomplish.
Right. So you realize when you grow up and keep on telling you say, be a leader, not a follower. You understand the whole thing now.
Definitely.
You know, because you realize you can change the world. Because you have the ability. You know.
Of course, this is how I go. Like me expect for like certain things happen when me have my child and like my son or my daughter and so forth.
Right.
It's principles
right.
Based on how you do. You're something. I mean, look at that time. One time, you come in early morning, like after 1 hour or something, right? I'll come some say morning, you know. I'll say morning. I say yeah, you gone in and something. I'll come back down, never say morning again. I blaze up and I say, what? Why you say morning yet too, man? I mean, them look at something. Every single time I pass somebody, never ever forget. Me live as far as 19 years for see how respect and manners really do for somebody and show you them. When people look on you and I will see them say, Rodain, boy, you're respectable. If your parents them go, you're good. I respect how you behave. I'm gonna say yes because I appreciate what they do. And can continue to move just like that way they work.
Thumbs up to you, my brother, because I'm the first one, but I can remember when I was growing up and it was very hard for me. He was my father until now my brother is my father. It's my little house over there. It was built by him. And I have all the respect for him in the world. And I'm happy for Rodain. And I know the originals will rise again. Long live the king. Rodain, long live the king. Brother, I love you. Love you too, man. Love you, brother.
And I'm proud that you're here. And you just continue the good work. And to know that you're coming from a decent family. And you never let me look down. You let us look up. Son, I'm proud of you. Your grandmother, I'm proud of you so much. I tell you, just keep it up. I need all the best in life for you, son. I don't want you to look back in life. I don't want you to look back. I want you to keep forward. I want you to keep forward. And I can tell everybody that I have a lovely grandson. Rodain, we love you, son. We love you so much, son. We love you so much. Just keep up the good work, son.
Come on.
We have to build the youth there.
Up Yout in Jamaica.
Wait. Take a bite of National Giant Hardo. Nothing comes close. How do you hardo? Bread and patty? Bread and butter? National Giant Hardo bread, baked with national pride.
When you're ready. Ready? Oh, wait, my time to fall off. Ready now? Come and get new bundles and makeup notes. That's my wow. Water with wow.
Just get that salt, pull up, yes. That's my wow. Water with wow.
Roach man there, water with wow. The way me will reach a foreign. I want to play and touchdown in New York. That's my wow. Water with wow.
We have to build the youth there.
Up Yout in Jamaica.
How you doing, Rodain?
I'm good.
I'm very happy that you're here. Talk with the youth would have given me quite a bit of information about you and giving me this opportunity for us to sit down and have a chat. So happy that you decided to come and talk a little bit to me. So I guess the best way to start is for you to tell me a little bit about yourself.
Right, definitely, Minister. Well, I am Rodain first and foremost, and I'm the founder of Jamaica Youth Motivators, which is basically a youth organization that goes into high schools and basically does empowerment visits, talking various topical issues that are affecting youth within Jamaica. Basically, just empower, enlighten them, show them different aspects like financial-wise, how to be smart using social media. And I recently, after being formally inaugurated in the Youth Parliament, I started Man Transformational, which basically looked at mainly specifically speaking to young men and grooming and basically just exposing them to some of the networking opportunities that are really out there for them so that they can really see exactly what is there for them to achieve and how they can achieve it.
Well, I think it's very commendable, the initiatives, and I think it's good that at this early stage in your life you're getting a lot of experience with some of the different sorts of realities, right? I think we have found without a doubt that a lot of, especially our young men, are in need of father figures. We have a big difficulty across the country in relation to fathers playing their roles, standing up, and it makes a big difference. I say a lot of me and you. It's uncanny how much you remind me of myself when I was that age. I never had glasses at that time. But some of the same dreams and aspirations, and I think what I have found and some of the things that I have used, and I'll tell you quite practically, I had one of my mentors. Well, find mentors, and sometimes they don't have to be mentors who are stated mentors, but you find people who you try to model and you see what they're doing and see how it aligns, but also find real mentors, find people who are willing to work with you and willing to give you advice. And one of my mentors, Mentor Charles, he one of the things he always says is you don't need to make the mistake to learn from it, right? And I fundamentally believe that. So learn from other people's mistakes. So don't be afraid to look what has gone along, what hasn't worked, and see, because it ensures that, again, you're not making necessarily unnecessary mistakes, right? I found nothing beats confidence, right? And I can't tell you I was always confident. That wasn't the truth. But over time I developed a sense of self-belief. And once you have that self-belief, you'll recognize that your dreams, can be attained no matter how grand or wild they may seem. You can get to it, so you keep working, and there's no substitute for hard work. I find that people will sit through it if you try to just fudge your way through, or even when you talk a good talk, and a lot of us are very eloquent, right? But if you're not doing the work, you're going to have a real difficulty. So there's no substitute for hard work. Plus, I would say the final thing that I have found that really helps in relation to life success is just the core values of respect and humility. Right? I think we underplay them, but they're so important. They're so important. I mean, and in every space that I've been able to maneuver, unfortunately, I've been able to go through UA here, then go to Barbados, and I became president of the guild in Barbados, and it was largely just showing people respect and being humble, appreciating that we all have our challenges, we all have our journeys. No matter how much you achieve, there are people who've achieved more, and no matter how much you've achieved, there are people who've achieved less. So it's just your space in life. So I find humility and respect are the critical things, and if you keep that, what I've found, and I want to commend you thus far, our engagements, you have been always very, very respectful, and you're keeping that humble element. Keep it. Ensure that's one of the things, as simple as it sounds, is one of the things that helps to ensure that you're successful in the endeavor, and you see it. So with that, all the best. I expect great things. I definitely want to see you get involved in political activity. Clearly I have a bias in terms of where I want to see you go, but we'll talk about that off air. Keep service isn't easy. It can be very fulfilling, but it's also very taxing, right? And it's a reality that we have to face. So you have to ensure that you're in it for the right reason, that you really want to serve. If not, then you can be led astray by a lot of other things, right? So just keep true to who you are, remain respectful, remain humble, work hard, learn from other people's mistakes, and I'm very sure that probably one day we'll be walking to Parliament together.
About from the whole political aspect of things, I really appreciate you as like a father, and you're really interactive and you're there in regards to that. And I mean, I would have been paying attention to some of your moves and the things you've been as a wholesome person per se. And I must say I really respect that. And I mean, as a distant mentorship kind of thing going on, right? I really do appreciate in regards to that. And I mean, as you were speaking before earlier, and in regards to really finding someone who you can identify with and really just building, I really find that also very important, because as I was saying, like, cooperation is really important. And I mean, a quote I take back to any day, like, take a wheel from a wagon and see if it moves. Right? And it just shows how really important cooperation is towards everything and so forth. So I really do appreciate you taking the time out to speak with me, Minister.
Happy. Thank you.
Mentoring can assist youth to basically continue building themselves or begin building themselves, and basically have that figure. Identify someone who they can go to. Everyone, I think it's really important for everyone to have a go-to person. Mentorship in general, going out, taking on someone under your wing, and just expressing your wisdom, assisting them to basically develop, because there's a whole heap of things that persons don't know, and just wish somebody could have just helped them and guide them. It's really important that somebody just step up, assist, help, and just allow somebody to share wisdom, and stop the whole learn from your mistakes and start, hey, learn from my mistake, and continue to push, continue to move.
Up Yout is powered by National Baking Company in association with CranWata, a Stanley and Empress Production, giving the youth a voice.